How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Jojo with another loadout video. Today we're doing our best black loadout for all of you, shade enjoyers out there. I know a lot of you guys love the color black. What's there to dislike about it? It's sleek, it goes with pretty much everything, it's super easy to combo, so I totally understand the black hype with skins in CS. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Now, before we continue, I just want to mention one thing, and if we quickly go over to my loadout, you'll see that an awful lot of skins or an awful lot of weapons, you can just use the default. Like P250, it's black. The Tech 9, it's black. The UMP, it's black. The Galil, and we can go on and on and on, right? A lot of these guns are black right off the get-go, so bear that in mind, that you can use tons and tons and tons of already available free items instead of skins if money is a little bit more on the budget side of the spectrum. So I'd just like to mention that to start off with. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, and we're going to start with our gloves. So a very simple pair of gloves we're going with are the Driver Gloves Black Tie. Now in field tested, these are going to cost you $240. Try and get a low float because the knuckles can get really scratched up. You can obviously opt in for minimal wear, or if you've got a lot more money to spend, you can go with factory new as well. I think these are one of the best comboing gloves in the entire game, let alone just the best pair of black gloves. You could also go with sports gloves Nocts, but I don't really like them. I think these are actually nicer, so yeah, they're the gloves. Okay, so for our knife, we're going with pretty much any black laminate. Now, you could also go with Night, or you could go with Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet's sort of on your teetering on the edge there because it's very purple. But I think the black laminate is the distinct, definitive black skin for knives. Now, luckily, this is on most of the knives in the game. Unfortunately, there's a handful of knives that it's not on yet, but you've got a lot of selection, and because of that, the price fluctuates. So it's going to be between $89 and up to 1.7k for this Karambit that I've got in my hands. But you can go for a cheaper knife like Shadow Daggers are only 90 bucks. It really is determining on what you want and your budget. Up next, we've got the Zeus, and I'm just going to go with the default. It's free, you don't have to spend any money on it, it's black, and it goes with the theme. There is one other item I'm going to quickly go with for default, and I'll get into that now. And that's the Krieg, and the reason why is because there isn't actually many black skins for the Krieg. There are skins that have a lot of black on them, but there are no true black skins for it. So again, just go for default with it. I mean, you're hardly going to use this gun anyway, so yeah. The USP is next, and we're going with the Ticket to Hell. Now, I'm going to decide to go with minimal wear because it gets quite scratched up. And you can pick this up for only 55 cents. It's very clean, it's black, it's got a lot of white on it and some cool detailing. It's just cool. And for the Glock, we're going with the Knight. You can grab this in souvenir minimal wear for only $1.70, which I think is a steal. Don't bother going for it in normal minimal wear because it's trade up fodder, so it's going to be significantly more expensive. So just grab the souvenir. You can scrape the golds if you don't like them, but I mean, you get some gold stickers with them too. So yeah, the Glock Knight is my Glock choice. Next, we have the Desert Eagle Conspiracy. And a very nice skin in my opinion. I was going to go for the Knight for this as well, but I didn't want to sort of use the same skin over and over again. So I actually quite like the gold accents that it has as well. It adds a lot of sleekness to the skin, if that makes sense. And just overall very nice black matte finished eagle. Can't go wrong with it. And in minimal wear, this is going to cost you about $7. On the cheaper side of the spectrum, we've got the Dualies, Dueling Dragons. Now, in my opinion, these are probably the best dualies in the entire game. I've always loved these, and they look even better in CS2. Now, you can go for a high float if you want, but the price difference isn't crazy, so I wouldn't really bother. I would go with minimal wear, because at the bottom, as you can see, that's all black and filled in. In higher floats, that gets scratched up. And in minimal wear, this is only going to cost you 40 cents. So you really can't go wrong with these. For the P250, you've got two options. You've got default or you've got the rebuilt. And in factory new, this is only going to cost you around 22 cents. It is a little bit more grey than black, but I do think it overall goes with the theme quite well. If it's not for you though, just use the default. Now, there aren't a lot of choices for the 5.7, so I will recommend the default once again, but I'm personally going to go with the silver quartz just because it's a little bit different and a little bit unique. It adds a nice shininess to the skin, and it's overall still pretty dark, so I think it goes well with the theming, and it actually combos really well with these gloves too. And you're not really going to be paying a lot for it. In fact, it's just under $2. Now, the Tech 9's a weird one. Again, you could go for default, but I'm going to go with the Isaac just because I like the little accents of red. Now, I know this doesn't go with a true black theme, so that's why I am going to mention default. And you can also go for the cutout as well. But I personally like the Isaac. It adds a little bit more uniqueness to the loadout. So, yeah, in field tested, this is going to cost you $3. Moving on to the mid tier, we're going to start with the Mac 10 and we're going with the light box. I absolutely love this skin. I think it's so clean, and the fact that this is a blue is honestly one of the best blues in the game, in my opinion. For like case blues, there are a lot of collection blues that are really cool. I mean, I'm looking at you, Mac 10 Fade, but yeah, super clean. And in minimal wear, I'm pretty sure this is only going to cost you like 12 cents. You might even get it for cheaper, so it's pretty much like pocket change. Super clean. And for CT side, we're going with the MP9 Dart. Again, a super clean skin, got that lovely carbon fiber sort of like print to it, and I like the black accents and the grey. It goes really well. You can grab this in factory new for only 70 cents. I would go for factory new, if I'm being honest, because it can get a little bit scratchy, so yeah, bear that in mind, but super nice skin. For the UMP, keeping on with the carbon fiber theme, we're going with carbon fiber. Now, I didn't know that the skin was actually quite shiny, which is quite a nice little bonus because I do like my shiny skins, as I'm sure you guys know. But in fact, this is only going to cost you, I think, 30 cents, something along those lines. But yeah, no, super nice. It's very clean. It's only available in factory new and minimal wear, and in minimal wear it does start to show its like scratches a little bit, so I would just recommend you going for the factory new. The XM is up next, and we're going with the black tie to go with our black tie gloves, and holy crap, this combo looks insane. It looks so well. These two skins were made for each other. I mean, there's a reason why they have the same name, but wow, what a lovely pair. This does look super clean, and in minimal wear, it's only going to cost you 82 cents. If you're going for these gloves, this skin is a must. I will not accept any other skin. You have to get this one. Up next is the MP7, and we're going with a classic, the Urban Hazard. This is only going to cost you around 17 cents in factory new, which is really nice. So yeah, definitely pick this one up. A clean, nice matte finish skin. And for the Negev, we're going to go with the Ultralight, our first pearlescent skin on this list, which is quite interesting. It adds a little bit more uniqueness to it. I really do like pearlescent skins. I think they're very cool, and they utilize a super cool feature that was added into the game. But yeah, no, a very nice, clean black skin, and as I said, it has that pearlescent effect to it. You can grab this in minimal wear for only 7 cents. So it's less than 10 cents for this in minimal wear. You can see quite a lot of scratching on the back there, so I would actually probably say maybe go for factory new as well. But minimal wear is considerably cheaper. Up next is the FAMAS, and we're going with a fan favourite, the Jin. This is one of the best FAMASs in the game, in my personal opinion. There's just so much to it. A very clean, shiny, and sleek black skin with so much character to it. In field tested, this is only going to cost you $2. Very nice. And for T-side, we've got the Galil Tuxedo, a very clean black and white skin. Once again, goes absolutely stunningly with these gloves. They were made for each other. And in minimal wear, this is only going to cost you $1.25. So very good deal. Up next is the M4, and we're going with the Etchlord. Now, you could go for factory new if you wanted to. You could go for field tested. I found field tested is like the blackest of the bunch, because factory new gets brighter, and then like battle scarred and well worn, it turns sort of like brown. So if you're looking for a black skin, I would say go for field tested. But overall, very nice skin. It's sort of got that Metallica Black Album like design on it. It just reminds me of the Black Album. I don't actually know why. But yeah, in field tested, this is only going to cost you 60 cents. And for 10 times the price, you can grab yourself the Unthrown Basilisk, and holy crap, this is how to glow up in CS2. Now, I was one of the few people that actually really liked this in CSGO as well, but in CS2, this skin has completely come alive. There's so much to it now. The 3D effect looks absolutely phenomenal. This skin just looks so good in this game. But in field tested, this is going to be a little bit more expensive than the other skins on the list, but this is going to cost you $6.50. But it's definitely worth it. For my favourite gun in the game, we're going with the AK Slate. You can't go wrong with it. I know a lot of people don't like the AK Slate, and a lot of people love the AK Slate. It's got phenomenal sticker craft potential. It is just a shiny black AK. You can't go wrong with it at all. Obviously, you could grab the black laminate if you wanted it, but I actually think this looks a little bit better. And it's like considerably cheaper. In field tested, this is only going to cost you around $3.50, and I would recommend field tested as well because it is the darkest. In factory new, it gets considerably lighter, and in battle scarred, it turns more grey. So field tested is the sweet spot where it's blackest. So yeah. For the Scout, we're going with the Souvenir Carbon Fiber. Basically the same sort of skin as the UMP. It looks very nice. And in Factory, as I said, Souvenir Factory New is $1.30. Don't get normal Factory New because, again, it's trade-up fodder, so it's going to be considerably more expensive. Go for the Souvenir, and if you don't like the gold stickers, scrape them off. And last but certainly not least, we've got the AWP, and we're going with the Black Nile. Now, there's lots of options for the AWP, actually. You could go with the red line, the elite build. You could go with this. There's a new skin that came, like the Acid something or other. That's very black as well. So there are lots of options. But I personally went with this because I think it's a bit nicer. And in field tested, again, similar to the Slate, I believe it's darkest in field tested, as in like blackest in field tested. So yeah, you can obviously experiment and see what works best for you and what you prefer the most, but in field tested, this is only going to cost you $3. Super nice. As I said, with other skins, don't bother going with Souvenir, it's going to be more money, but as it stands, very, very clean, very nice. So guys, that's going to be everything. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that this list has helped you guys out. You know, we've got tons and tons and tons of choices here. You can, as I said, for a lot of these skins, you can just go with default, so bear that in mind. And there's lots of flexibility because black is a very universal skin, and universal color. So there's lots of black skins in the game. These are just the ones that I went for. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below because you never know, someone might pick your skin of choice. And I'd like to say thank you for the support I've been getting recently. We've got more major videos coming out soon. I do want to apologise for the stage 2 picks. No one predicted what went on in stage 2. I'm pretty sure everyone got their picks like fucked, so you know, no one is getting the diamond coin. That just ain't happening. So going for gold now, but yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks guys.